Hey guys, it's your host Chew. You guys know me. Welcome back to the Super Smash Saturday Cast graphic. We're gonna have a little graphic there. I'm gonna have one of my editors do a little graphic. We're gonna post these every Saturday. You guys know that. I got with me a talented cast of some people. He's new because our last video didn't come out so I fucked it up because I'm an idiot. So we've got Giuliano, a fledgling pro player. We've got J-Fist, J-Fat, J-Fast. Whatever you want to call him. J-Fast is not hurtful. And neither is J-Fist, because that's what you're actually called, you fucking idiot. Anyway.
I mean, that's just... there's a hurtful name.
You're pronouncing it.
There's a hurtful name.
Alright, J-Fat. So anyways, we got J-Fat, who's a fledgling PM pro who's quitting PM to join Melee to be not good. And then we got Morgan, our everyman. And so yeah, we're going to be doing a Super Smash Cast today.
Morgan's the best person to have here, honestly.
By the grace of the 20XX gods, we're actually sponsored now, which is kind of weird. So I'm going to go ahead and start us off with that. We are sponsored by Audible. If you want to try out a free 30-day trial of Audible and get one free ebook, go to audibletrial.com/person, WCDAT. I'll have a little link right down here that you guys will be able to click on. It's a great program. They hire really great voice actors to do like voiceover work for books, and it's amazing. One of my favorite books is on there right now, and it's voiced by a person who got an award for reading that book, named Alan Sklar, on The Red Dragon by Thomas Harris. It's an amazing book. If you've seen the Hannibal series on ABC, it's all based off of that. If you ever watched Silence of the Lambs, it's the first book of the 4-part series. Amazing book, amazing artist, amazing voiceover work. It's great. So go to Audible, try out our free 30-day stuff, and we get stuff from it, so it's like a win-win situation, I think. So one more time, that's Audible Trial. I'll have a link down here. audibletrial.com/person, you can do a thing. Person, WCDAT.
Guys, he had that all planned. I had no idea what was going on.
We're just doing stuff. It's fine. So we decided to switch it up. We're going to do some Melee while we talk. I think we're going to do doubles for a little bit. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Let's do some doubles. We have some topics lined up. There's some stuff that we tried to discuss last week. It didn't quite work out. But we're going to go through that again, such as the washed upness of what mango is and some other stuff like that. It'll be fun. We're going to have some fun, I think. So let's get right into it. The last major tournament that happened was DreamHack Austin, still.
Yeah.
There wasn't a major this week, I don't think, right? I'm not...
No.
Yeah. And it wasn't even supposed to be a major, like a super major.
I think Royal Flush is happening today?
Yes, Royal Flush is happening.
That's right. But that's not a super major, right?
I
know
don't
at
think
least
so.
Mango's going, and I think a lot of people are going. I remember Armado's on.
If you guys want to put in your little names there so people know who's who, it'd be wonderful.
Yeah, I'm the Peach player.
Excuse me. Why is everyone doing that to me today?
That's what they call me.
Oh, they call him Black Shampoo. It's perfect.
I'm Peach Shampoo. Nice to meet you.
So, I mean, the thing about, like, DreamHack Austin is it wasn't supposed to turn into a super major, and then next thing you know, it became a super major. Like, everyone signed up for it. And so there was, like, a lot of discussion.
No, that totally would have been a super major. DreamHack, like, no matter what, DreamHack was going to get a ton of people coming.
When the first people who said they were going were first announced, it was, like, totally small time. There was, like, 2 gods going, and that was about it.
I mean, that'll just bring
like,
more people eventually.
Of course, but, like, as it came up, it was like, oh, like, it was in, like, the last week. We had, like, 100 people sign up. There were just top 100 people.
We're not. No, stop this.
This is banned.
So
it's not a real stage.
It kind of just turned into this like crazy super major thing, which is kind of cool.
Who is Dr. Mario?
Hi.
You hate me. But anyways.
So I mean, it just kind of became that thing where it just ended up being one, and I think that's interesting in a way. Also, just wow, fuck me. Just in of itself, that's pretty interesting because it's showing that like, wow, I'm sorry, I'm not very good at this.
You're okay. Morgan is just sitting on a ledge.
That's not even me.
What do you mean that's not you? Morgan, you have to help me out.
Morgan's Falco. Okay.
No, I'm fine.
Get out of there. I saved you, don't worry.
But anyways.
I don't play Bowser. I don't know how to play Bowser. Morgan, get off the ledge. I'm going to kill you.
Kind of going into the mango topic, honestly. What's intriguing about that is, even though he's washing up, he's good at doubles.
He's definitely not washed up, though.
I guess he is.
I
What
don't
do you
think he's
mean
watched
he
stuff.
is?
He's not doing as well as he should be, I guess. That's not fair to say, but like also he's on
This
a
sucks. What are you not talking
he's on a
about?
pedestal of like major pressure. So saying that it's gonna happen.
I mean,
But
it's
besides
just
that-
how it comes. Like, I think what we're kind of saying is like people just expect more of Mango, and you know, not having that is kind of really weird because you know people like Mewtwo King, who was thought to be like totally done with his being a god career.
God, I wish my teammate would help me out, but this bout, like, the big dog's just not helpful. Not.
He's tricking you guys. He's actually Bowser. He does this all the time.
I'm definitely not Bowser. I'm definitely Falco.
Yeah, well, I'm the
just.
stage. Butt boy. But
I'm sorry.
anyways,
I'm just upset that my teammate doesn't want to help me.
We're winning.
I'm definitely gonna go on.
God,
and
he
say-
just gives up stocks.
We're winning.
All right. So we're back to Mango.
I'm definitely on the little thing with him washing up. I agree with it. I agree with it very slightly.
I agree with it for the fact that it's an overreaction.
Yeah, there you go.
It's definitely
an overreaction.
It's definitely an overreaction, but it's still there nonetheless.
Hey, no one cares unless it's an overreaction. That's how the internet works.
I killed my teammate and then I died.
Hey,
See, I got the kill, Jose.
that just means I can host now, which is
I mean,
fine.
you're finally amazing, apparently. I mean,
So what happened is
See, you are Bowser.
I
what do you mean I'm
know.
Bowser?
I love
What do you mean I'm
credit.
Bowser? What do you mean I'm Bowser?
all right.
Why'd you kill yourself, Morgan?
This is not a let's play. Let's calm down here. All right.
Right?
So what happened is Mango ended up joining with pretty much like someone he's never teamed with before, SFAT, and not even by
They really never teamed before?
They've never teamed before. It was the first time they teamed, and on top of that, it was also one of the only times that you see Mango not carrying in twos, because there was that run where him and Lucky had, and granted, Lucky was pulling his weight, but he was not, Lucky was not the carry of the team.
Well, I mean, okay, so like typically speaking, Mango never cares about doubles. He'll go into doubles and like, have you ever seen him and at What the Fox? Like, I think it was What the Fox 2. Him and Leffen were a team. Oh, that was a nightmare.
Well,
At
he
the
was
end,
drunk
they
as
actually
shit.
won, and then they money matched each other for the money.
Oh yeah, of course.
Best
Everyone knows that
team
fucking
ever.
storyline.
It is too bad, but like Mango is so good at doubles.
Oh, no,
He's
he's super good.
amazing.
He's
Well, that's
super
what I'm saying. Like maybe he should kind of focus more on doubles now, because
For a
like
little bit.
his singles, yeah, he's still placing top 4, which isn't awful, but he should be like in a tournament that Armada is not participating in, he should be winning,
Well, I mean,
or Hungry Box.
Okay, so look at his record. Like he's having like problems with like Chu, but he's like the only person this year who's even beating H-Box.
Yeah, he's actually.
He hasn't lost to H-Box this year. He's up 3-0.
Yeah,
Like-
no, well that's been the storyline for ages.
No, I'm aware, but like what I'm saying is that right now it's much more significant since he's number 2 now, like undoubtedly.
Oh, absolutely.
Like to say that that player's washed up. It's more like the player that he's the god that he's good at. He never gets to play.
Yeah.
And then he has to play like Chudat, and like he just gets wrecked. But like also like look at how he like takes Wizzy to town. Like the other gods are actually struggling against Wizzy, and like
Well, because
He
Wizzy
takes
and
Wizzy
Hungry
to
Box
town.
have the same mentality in game, which is, we discussed this last week, but we'll discuss it again because we didn't have the opportunity to. There's something very clear about the way Hungry Box and Wizzy both play. They play very grooming based, and you can't groom a wild badger. It just doesn't work that way. And Mango is definitely a wild badger. Like, he just does stuff over and over again. So I'll do the exact same quote I did last week. You know what a daywalker is now, but
Yeah.
do you know what a daywalker is?
yeah.
All right, so a daywalker is PR Balrog. He's a daywalker. What that means is someone who can be groomed to some extent, but will always go for like, not always, but like occasionally go for like these really weird, unsafe things and just win matches.
God,
because
I
of it.
wish my teammate wouldn't kill me.
He'll just like, literally win matches. Like the fucking Capcom comp where all he did was, not all he did, but he red focused, Infiltration's entire combo and beat him because of it. And that's like a daywalker thing, you know what I mean?
Like essentially a nut. Like, why would you do that? Like, calm down.
Yeah,
This is not a good option. Why are you doing this? Why is it working?
Now that I know the definition, I would say kind of like that. But like we had our own unorthodox fox for a while, and his name was Smiles.
Hey, I'm gonna take a stock from you, teammate, even though I didn't tell you I could, even though I didn't ask you, alright? Alright.
But yeah, like Smiles was very unorthodox.
Dude, I'm scum.
And he used to be PR'd, and I guess that's kind of where the nut comes from for me. specifically.
In what sense? Like he just plays off?
He just really plays like unorthodox. He does things that don't normally work. I don't know, and he fell off because of it, most likely. Haven't seen him.
I mean, he just hasn't been entering brackets. It's not that he fell off.
But he has, and then he started losing when he has.
The last bracket he entered, he came like 5th at Versus.
At Versus.
Versus, the best Melee venue in South Florida. God, I had to kill myself because my teammate was so useless.
Anyways, I guess the point that I'm trying to make with that is that if you look at how Hungrybox wins his matches, he wins like he did against, Chudat. It's like very slow, methodical. He's going to go for this, so I'm just going to, protectively ledge camp to kind of force him into a situation you want to. Here's my wall of back kicks that you have to do something about, and how you react is how I'm going to affect you in this matchup. And that's what he does.
I actually definitely want to talk about this. Okay, that was not wrong what HBox did.
We're definitely getting into this topic. Don't worry, we're going to get to this fucking topic.
Okay, all right.
You mean
Because this is going to come in with the
podcast?
whole... we're going to get into this with the whole analytical thing as well. Like, anyways, not to cut you off on that.
No, go ahead.
But essentially what's going to be... Sorry, not what's going to be happening. When it comes to that matchup and how he plays, it just doesn't make sense for him to be able to beat Mango in that fashion, because that's just how Mango plays. He doesn't play in a fashion that's going to let you be able to predict what he's doing, and that's what makes him as good as he is. He can make split-second decisions just based entirely on reactions and reflexes, and that's what messes up other players against him. Like, that's why Leffen occasionally has a hard time, because Leffen is a very technical, very clean player in a lot of fashions. I just killed myself. And you look at the Mango matchup, and it is, it's hard on him sometimes. Like, I think he can probably beat him eventually, but I don't think he has a positive... I think he's only lost to Mango so far, hasn't he? Or has he only won once?
HBox?
No, not HBox. Leffen and Mango. That matchup.
I'm
don't
pretty...
think he's beaten Mango this year.
Not that they've played very much.
Yeah, I don't think they played. They played twice, I'm pretty sure.
They played a DreamHack, right? And I'm
Yes.
pretty sure Mango won.
Yeah.
And they played a Genesis.
I think
The best bracket of the year.
That Genesis was amazing.
My man
Was it
Armada,
even legitimate?
he
How many
knew
bucks was
he
it
knew
in?
that I needed to go home. He knew that I needed to go to bed. I had class in the morning. he had my back.
He for sure had your back.
But yeah, they've only played twice this year.
You're welcome. That was a mistake. I should just let myself die. What are you?
There's only one member on this team.
Oh no, he's starting it.
And that member, do you want to know who that member is?
Is it Jose?
No. It's Joyfest!
And Joyfest.
Joyfest!
So
These are the
anyways,
personalities.
what we're talking
I'm
about,
totally
we're
the
still, fuck that. Did that really still hit me? It's all on you, baby. So we're still kind of on the topic of, wow, all right.
Oh, why'd you kill yourself?
Because I don't want to.
We're still kind of talking about, I think we're turning it down to 1v1s now. Because we need more people to...
Yeah, no, it's hard to focus when there's like... All right, the winning team gets to continue on the rotation.
There you go, that's fine. So, the whole concept of Mango being washed up and him being a much better doubles player than a single player, I still think it's very interesting. I don't think it's necessarily true. I think it's definitely an overreaction. Just like HBox being the cause of Melee to die, which I don't think is going to happen.
Okay, so...
Yeah, it's definitely good.
Okay, so that's honestly a little... Okay,
Let's just
so
go talk
I
about
understand
it.
what people mean by that.
Oh, I do too, definitely.
You know, it's not that they mean that, like, people are going to play him and get bored or something. It's that as a spectator sport, Melee gets a lot of mileage. But then once you start seeing every single grand finals, it's just this puffball camping. And not necessarily camping, but, like, it's just really slow gameplay. It kind of kills the viewership a little bit. But I don't think that will kill Melee on its own. There's like every time I watch HBox, like his grand final sets or any set really, it's always really hyped, to be honest. Because HBox doesn't really clean up his opponents, I feel, for the most part. Like, he honestly has like a lot of really close matches. I constantly question whether this is the match where X player is gonna break out.
Yeah.
Well, I almost feel like it's because Hungrybox is never good on the first game of his set. But it's because of his play style and mentality. It's just he's not good at it because he needs to have that grooming, that mind game, that the slow understanding of what the player wants to do before he can actually finally get his stuff
And
going.
never saying anything about his character in the meta.
Oh, I mean, why?
Hungrybox, I mean, he's definitely keeping a strategy just a little bit, but it's not doing much. Like, it's so easy to just pick up a Fox and just kind of do things to Jigglypuff, in my opinion.
So it's easier to do it to a Jigglypuff. It's not
Hungrybox,
H-Box, but to a Jigglypuff.
Yeah, obviously not to Hungrybox, but that's the same concept. I'm not gonna just go Fox against Armada as his Peach.
Exactly.
You know, like it's not like that. And so let's take that away for a little bit. But as far as it goes, a lot of Jigglypuffs are probably gonna follow that example. I know one that's following that example, and he's not that great at this game. He's definitely not PR'd down here. But he's following that example. He's like, well, he did it, and it seems very good, and I have an icy problem. I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah.
So, but it's not gonna kill melee. I agree tenfold.
I mean, to be honest, like I
How do
think
you
the
have an
argument
icy
came in
problem
because there
as
was
a
like
puff?
ices can give people a problem. Like if you're really good at neutral, and I think it's easy to say that she was probably the best person in neutral in the world right now in melee because his neutral is insane. So if you're really good at neutral, then getting a grab in neutral is not unreasonable. And then a grab leads to an instant, infinite. And any character that has an infinite is like kind of really gross. The only thing that makes Icy's not easily the most broken character in the game is the fact that they're kind of floaty, they're kind of weak, they're kind of...
Oh no, there's a million reasons, and the best reason is they're actually garbage.
Like,
in reality, Ices are a terrible character. Their neutral tools are awful. But the thing that makes it work is that, we're human beings. If they touch you once, you lost the stock. So, that plays a huge factor in how you play the matchup. In reality, like, if we were to just look at it as, like, technical and what the characters can do, they would actually be, like, way lower on the tier list than they are right now.
I mean, that's why Fox is, beatable.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, there's a very interesting concept. So there's two videos on the internet I'd like to talk about real quick. First one, obviously discussing H-Box's thing. He said, what was the quote? It was like, stay mad, I'll just keep winning. He made this like 20-minute video discussing like the breakdown of what...
yeah. Oh my god. It's
a
so
great video.
dumb that he even had to in the first place.
I know, I definitely agree. But the whole thing behind it is like really disgusting. It's like, all right, cool. Well, Chu did camp him also. Is that not good for the game because Chu also camped? No, Chu's just playing really smart. Like that's what's happening here. Chu was playing intelligently. Okay, cool. Well, Chu also is focusing around keeping his top platform done because that's what Ices need to do in the Jigglypuff matchup. If you're playing against a character with an infinite, don't go in against the character with an infinite unless you're playing a character that can deal with it. And Jigglypuff is not necessarily a character that splits very well, not a character that can necessarily handle. If she rests the wrong Ice Climber, she's dead. Like, there's a lot of things that are hard about that matchup that you can't use in the same fashion. And I think it's very unreasonable for people to be so upset about it. And the other one was Tafokins put up this video discussing why H-Box is the only competitive Jigglypuff player. Like, there's Prince Abu, but...
Who's Prince Abu? Okay, so there's
Abu.
actually another one.
My boy Tech.
Tech.
But
The
he doesn't
man
enter tournaments
Tech.
anymore.
Oh, is he not?
I don't think he's been in a tournament in a while, has he?
Not like a lot of European tournaments, but like that's just maybe because they're not be like a whole lot because in Europe it's smaller there.
So, I mean, he's just not been as prevalent. And, like, yeah, Prince Abu's still going, but he's still not necessarily, like...
You think I won't go for that every single time?
But he's not necessarily, like, topping charts as a Jigglypuff player. Like, the only Jigglypuff player still really of relevance is H-Box. Like, you go to the top 50, there's one Jigglypuff player, really. I think, is Prince Abu top 50?
I don't think so.
I don't think so,
I'm not
right?
sure. I'm not sure.
I don't think so.
Nobody quote me on this.
I mean, I think you're right. I think I'm right on that statement. But that's just how it is. And the discussion was about, like, Jigglypuff is not a technically, hard character. She's very easy to play. She has a low skill floor, a low skill ceiling, and that's just how it works. What comes down to it is that you as a player have to abuse what she does well to such an extreme extent that you're able to read and force your opponents to do things, and that's what H-Box is best at. That's why he doesn't have any secondaries that he pulls out in a tournament, because...
Have you not seen this sickness?
Yeah, that one he pulls out against
The
randos
sickness.
who are like bottom of the barrel garbage. Yeah, you're
Does
right.
he still pull it out? He does.
Damn.
Don't lie to the
And
people,
he's not even
Chewie.
close to like top 10 Nesses in the world.
Don't
as a
lie
secondary.
to the people.
So like, what characters does he have? He has Jigglypuff and sometimes a Ness that's not even like top 10 Nesses.
I'm sure it's top 10. Do you have proof that it's not?
Have you
Only
seen the
based
Nesses
on
on
the
the
fact
internet?
that-
They're
he's
all
on
garbage.
the
They play Ness.
There are Nesses that consistently pull off the yo-yo glitch.
Awesome. They play Ness. Come back to me when they picked a good
And
character.
I'm a Doc main, so like, fuck you, all right? Like,
Come back to me when you pick a good character.
this is not the argument. My point is like, he like I think he pulled out a Fox for one tournament, and his Fox just like totally got destroyed, and he never pulled out it again. And that's just my point. It's like he has one character that he's really exceptional with because it fits his playstyle. It's someone that he can camp with and kind of groom people with, and that's the only reason why he's. I don't want to sound like super negative, but that's the reason why he's super relevant in Melee is because he found a character that fits him perfectly. Get your ass out of here, it's my turn.
Oh man.
But yeah, I don't know. Like that's just how I feel about it. And I thought Teffikins put up a very good video about it as well. You guys have anything else you want to say about that?
About that specifically? Not really.
I like it's just I feel like it's also more of like it's very not it's not very encouraged to play Puff. Like there's rarely people like on your back that's like yeah I like this one guy he plays Puff he's so sick or like not like a million like guys on like Puff.
Yeah, I do want to say something.
Well like there is it's just like the important Puff things like conditioning and stuff like that. There's not like in-depth guides on that kind of thing. So like there's not a lot like going for mating Puff. It's
Right.
like there's also only one that like top Puff. So like where are you gonna go with Puff? If like it's you were like the chances of being that good at Puff are not that high.
There's a video actually on Armada and Duck in a stream talking about how little people understand floaties and how little commentators play against floaties or understand against floaties or anything like that. The top commentators actually know a lot about floaties and they'll be very reasonable to listen to as a floaty main, but like a significant amount of like majors or something like local, the commentators will be so poopy, but so poopy. Because no one cares to understand a floaty, you know, and like it's such a centered game around this fast follower idea or this quick gameplay. Like it's still quick, it's still fast. You still have to think. I don't
Thanks,
get it.
That
buddy.
really just happened. No, I totally agree with that sentiment. I mean, that's why another conversation we're having is like actually talking about commentating in Melee and like how videos work. It's like
It's actually a lot harder than you think it is. Like in commentating, because okay, so first of all, like you have to make sure you have like good flow with your partner, even if you don't exactly agree with what they're saying. So like you might hear them say something wrong, but you're not always gonna correct them because you don't want to have an argument about what's right or what's wrong on commentary.
All right, I'm gonna stop you right here because that's a shitty argument.
Okay, right? You're just not gonna argue on commentary. Like,
No.
Well, like, you
I mean, what you're saying right now is a shitty argument.
what do you mean?
So let's look at people like, let's even just look at the esports that are still a fighting game. So let's look at Street Fighter. Street Fighter is an incredibly analytical, very technical based, fighting game. That's just what it is. And the commentators for that are amazing when it comes to analytics. And like, yeah, this is probably the most technical fighting game that exists, but look at KOF analysts. Like, they're just as good. Like, they're very technical. They know what they're talking about. They can break down what's happening while it's happening and have very good understanding of what is happening while still being entertaining.
Okay, I feel like you misheard what I said.
I think I definitely misheard. Because
All I said was that it's harder than what some people probably think it is.
okay,
Yeah.
I mean, that I can understand.
Because
but
because commentating definitely doesn't come easy. Because you might say something wrong accidentally, and then say your co-commentator agrees. You're not gonna take it back.
oh no,
It's out there now.
well, absolutely. I mean,
Let's
no
try
one
and
trains
skip
people to
over
be a
this.
commentator. You just are a commentator. That's just how it works. I'm sorry.
I've been called one of the better regional commentators before. It's really nice.
It's just, if you look at what
By who?
commentators
Your
have-
mom?
A bunch of people on Discord, multiples.
Are they all your mom?
Yeah, they're all my mother.
Pretty much,
all
yeah.
10 of them.
She pays for a bunch of Discord accounts just so she can.
You have to
Yeah.
pay for Discord now.
Oh
His
no.
mother does. She doesn't understand how it works.
Nitro something.
Anyways, moving back. If you look at the top commentators happening right now, even Scar and Toph, like, they're really entertaining to watch, but they don't always know what they're talking about if they're talking about not Fox or not Falcon. Like, yeah, I mean, those are probably like two of the most popular characters because everyone loves Falcon because he's flashy and everyone loves Fox because he's Fox, but like, No one knows how to commentate Jigglypuff. No one knows how to commentate a Mario character.
I mean, to be fair, I think that's also because the match is just going forever. Eventually, you ran out of things to say. I shared my knowledge with you guys. Now there's 4 more minutes because we're only in the second stock.
Yeah, but they didn't even start the set by saying anything relevant. It was just like
I don't know which set we're talking about specifically.
We're talking about the grand final. The grand final. Like, if you listen to it, it's Toph and I forget who, but because it's not Scar, it's somebody else. But like,
Blur?
I think it was Blur. But like, they don't start the set by saying anything relevant to the matchup. It's just like, oh yeah, then there was this one time I went to, you know, like, Burger King and Mewtwo King was there and we had a fun time. It's like, that's cool.
I mean, I think people like color commentary, you know, like that's just a really common thing. Like they don't want, a lot of people don't want to learn though. Like that's just a reality of Melee.
That's not an excuse, and not only that.
But like it is an excuse because they want people to hello. People they want people to watch, right? So they'll do whatever is the crowd pleaser.
Have you ever watched a CS:GO tournament?
No.
It's not pleasing.
So what CS:GO, like, maybe they have a bit more money into it because they do, but like what they do is they have their commentators. One is like very knowledgeable. He understands exactly what is going on. So, okay, they mid this buy. And what that means in terms of the matchup is they force bot. So they're trying to focus on this thing and kind of hurt their economy and do this. While there's a guy who's doing what's called play-by-play. He's a color commentator. He's discussing, okay, oh, he just got the headshot. That's so cool. He one-tapped him. That's great. And then the other guy's like, okay, well, they're all this amount of HP and this makes sense and this does this. That's what a commentating team does in an esport. And that's what they do in Street Fighter, in KOF, and Anime Fighters. But Melee is this fucking anomaly where they're like, no, we just want to hear funny stories about Mewtwo King the whole time.
Yes.
That's all we care about. And that doesn't make any sense to me when Melee is by far and away the most technical, interesting fighting game in the entire world. It's so technical and there's so many things going on, so much to the knowledge of what's happening in the actual match. To just hear stories about fucking Mewtwo King, and I not that all of them are that, but it's like, fuck, man, like, I don't know why Jigglypuff is doing that back air wall over and over again. Is it because of this? Like,
it's really unpleasant to actually listen to something and have someone not know exactly what's going on. Like, your job is of commentating. Know what you're doing. And not only that, but like, it's really not an excuse. It's the game. You're gonna find it, and it's gonna happen. Even if you're a spectator, you're just gonna have to deal with it.
And this is no hate on Homemade Waffles, you know, Jeff, I think his name is, you know.
Phil.
Excuse me, Phil, I forgot his name.
Come on, Jeff.
Whatever.
Get your shit together.
Scar and Toph, Blur, it's no hate on them, it's just like.
Some dude watching called Jeff is like, oh, I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry.
I didn't know.
My bad.
But like, I just think it's reasonable to want Melee to hit a point where the quality standard is going to be higher. Because this is a game that can go the limits. Like, we're learning new stuff about this game every day.
Like, my thing was like, do you think like that'll grow like the Melee like spectating community? Is like more analytics? Because like my like thing about it is like we like started with like more of like the kind of entertaining commentary, like most because like the game's like that fast. It's like the game has like so many like little nuances that like are very important, but like also come back at the speed of light. Just like it's like, oh, why is Marv doing like a double fair, or it's like mixing up his like fastball timing, so he can like, you know, mix it up. And like right after you're done like talking about that, he's already like doing a combo. It's like, oh, why is he doing fair now? And then why is he doing fair in the nair? It's just like at a certain point you're just analyzing like certain things and you're just behind in the match. Like at certain points you're just gonna keep losing track.
SDR remix Roy.
Get force talked.
Worst character I've ever played in my life.
So, I guess what I'd like to say in combination with that, from what you're saying right now, is that I think there's room for both. I don't think that all of the matchup that's going to be happening, even
but
if
that
it's
does
spectacular,
exist. It's not like it doesn't, you know, analytics don't exist. In fact, that's the whole point of Toph for the most part. In the, you know, in the Toph Scar, like, in that combination, that's what Toph does.
You're right. He's definitely the backup commentator.
Toph.
It doesn't matter. But the
Toph! The Reeds!
Very good show, actually. I really enjoyed it.
Really good show.
But that all being said, it's like, even then, the knowledge is so limited, and I don't feel like they're trying to expand their knowledge.
A lot of people don't.
I feel like that's, like, the conversation, because this all came up because, I mean, like, I've been thinking this for a long time anyways, but Leffen posted a video about it, and his video was saying, like, well, Armada commentated, this is the second time he's ever commentated, and it's some of the best commentary that we've ever had in Melee, because he's talking about what's happening in the match while still being entertaining. And that doesn't exist. It's not in Melee.
For the most part, I will agree that doesn't exist. But again, I'm telling you, it's because the modern masses do not they don't care. They don't want to learn. They want to hear funny one-liners. You know, and like I'm not saying that makes it okay. I'm saying that that's what attracts people. You know,
Like, we get that.
I mean, Semler and Anders, like
Anders.
those are the two names. They're CS:GO analysts. They're known as the best commentators
Period.
in the world for CS:GO. That's what they do for a living, and they're amazing at it. Anders he's the guy if you've ever heard like, oh no, shut down.
I'm
like,
also not saying that it's not possible to be, entertaining and analytical.
Maybe the conversation needs to change from there are no good ones to maybe we need to consider like building up commentators from the ground up and getting these people out there that are going to put this out there and give them, like good teams that kind of have good chemistry out there to start doing these things, because I feel like the quality of commentary is so important for the scene in general. Like, yeah, people want to hear these funny jokes and funny one-liners and that kind of stuff, but
That can happen while you still learn about Peach.
that's the thing, is like this matchup, there's been a couple nuances where I'd be like, that was awesome, and this is why that worked, and this is how things are happening.
You'll never have that in this matchup. There's a Mario on screen.
Okay, this is my point right here, is what we're talking about. Anyways, but
Yeah,
what I'm trying to say is like, okay, so there's a couple things that have happened so far. So like that right there, the dare that went into the thing, that's lagless and that's interesting, and she's using that to kind of like build in this whole spacing because Mario's doing an effective job keeping her out using neutral. So this would be something that I would say in commentary to kind of like maybe we could spice it up, and then like, oh no, he hit him with a forward smash, and then the other guy goes like, oh, see that shit? He fucking spaced it perfectly. That's how that works. That's what happens. You take that shit and you go to the dead zone. Like, that
is literally what commentary is right now.
But what I'm saying is like both those things can exist. So like the color commentator waits for something that happens that's interesting and kind of like adds a little bit of flavor to what the guy is saying analytically. But the analytic guy is like, okay, this is why he moved that space in that way because that doesn't work that way. Or he pulled that turnip. That turnip can... You see what I'm saying? Like, there's room for it, and we have no commentators that are doing that. So we need to kind of, like, think about that in the community.
I mean, to be fair, it's also, like... And I'm not saying that, intelligent players don't exist. But, like, one of the reasons why Armada can, like, commentate the way he does is because he knows the game more intimately than most players in the world.
It's very true.
And, like, again, it's totally possible to get players like that. There are those theory craft monsters who just aren't good at the game, but, like, they'll know more than anybody in the world,
Let's get Wobbles on commentary.
But, like, it's
Let's
also...
get Gimmer on commentary.
Yo, Wobbles is actually...
He's a really good commentator. Gimmer is also a really good commentator. He's a very good speaker.
I've actually never heard Gimmer commentate.
I think I've heard it one time, and it was like for a small local, but like even then, he's incredibly intelligent. He knows the game very well.
But like, there's also a place for, for that, for the chilled, laid-back commentary. Though I will completely give it to you, Nationals, like, top 8s is not the place for them. But like, they totally, like, for example, I love it when Mango commentates pools. I think Mango's a great pools commentator. Because, like, who cares about pools? It's pools.
If you're in pools, you have fun. You do your thing. But we're top 8, like...
We're top 8, like,
I want to know why
time.
Armada is losing this stock right now.
I'm
like,
watching right
this
now,
God?
I've seen this matchup like 7,000 times. Please tell me why they are here and I'm not.
That's pretty much it. It's like, and that also helps the scene. It's like, okay, all those tiny little bits of knowledge here and there makes people better. Whether or not you realize it, like those tiny little things like, oh, well, he kind of did this turn here and he used this move here and that's how that spaces out. It's like, oh, I didn't know that shit. I'm going to go practice that shit. Because that's in CSGO all the time. It's like, oh, well, this is the proper way you aim it. So, like, if you're on a corner, your crosshairs have to be at this height because that's normally where their heads are. And so if you want to get a one-tap, that's how it works. So, I mean, that's how people get better in general. It's just, I don't know. That's my rant about it.
I see that this really gets you.
A little
Well,
bit.
yeah, it actually gets me a little bit because Armada made
You
a
definitely
good
haven't
point.
been heated about it like he has.
I've been heated many times before. I don't have.
I'm sure you have been heated.
I'm out of heat.
Got him.
I'm out of heat, man. But like, it's just so lazy out of the commentators to not know about something they so supposedly are passionate about, and it's essentially a call out. I mean, come on, dude. Someone who's passionate about friggin' aerospace engineering is not going to miss out on something in aerospace engineering. It's just,
But like, you can't do that without having the knowledge. But like, you can play Melee without having the knowledge. Mango doesn't know crap about this game, but like,
yeah,
he
but
can
like,
do it.
he also can know about this game by talking to someone who knows about this game.
No, of course, but like, what
It's
I'm
so
saying
easy.
is like, it's a different. I understand the comparison, but like, it's different because you can still do it and you can still be good at this, even
Well, yeah,
if you
it's a
don't
video
actually know the,
You can feel it out. It's
Yeah.
essentially why it's an esport. You can feel it out. It's not something that's actually a career. I get that.
Well,
But
that's
if
why,
you
like-
say you're passionate about it, why is that happening? It's just so weird.
I mean, like, for every Mango commentator, there can be an Armada commentator. Like,
Exactly.
it's easier to be a Mango than it is to be an Armada.
yeah, it is. Put in the fucking work if you want to not be good at the game and also still have a job in the industry.
Like, the thing is,
Like, I'm sorry, that's hard to fucking understand. Like, you want to make money at fucking a esport, then you got to put in work. If you're not good at the game, then guess what? You
No,
got to
but
work
what I'm
like every
saying,
other
the reason
person.
why it's not showing up is because it's harder to
Much
it's harder
harder
to
to
be
become
an
like
Armada, and besides, the reward you get off of being a Mango is perfectly fine.
it's like that's
Like, look at both Toph and Scar have like jobs at Twitch. Plus, they have 2 shows going on right now.
But
like-
that's also because they're very intelligent business people. Like, honestly,
Well, of course,
like,
but like you know,
you can be a Mango all you want, but if you're not an what's Homemade Waffles doing?
but like Mango
Like, does
also.
Homemade Waffles have a Twitch account?
Hello, Mango also. I actually
yeah,
have
he
no
does.
idea.
He does.
Mango's the most successful in terms of streaming and stuff. He by far, he makes the most money off that type of stuff.
Also-
That's just
Oh,
another
damn it.
like wow, you get rewarded. Why? Because ultimately people aren't interested in learning. Like
But
players
he
who
was
legitimately
also,
are
for years
players
the
who are
top
legit.
player.
There are players who are legitimately are interested in improving. That's not everyone. A lot of people say they want to improve, they won't put in the time. That's just everywhere.
I catch you, but you can't just be a Mango and then pretend at a game. Like, the only reason he has many subscribers, yeah, he's a good personality, but he was also the best player in the world for years. And when he wasn't the best player in the world, he was the second best player in the world for years. And he's still a top 5 player in the world now, even. And he's been playing for a decade almost. Like, that's why he's as popular. Yeah, he does other things. He plays Mario Kart and he does
Okay, but like
fun things, but
there are other players who like for example HBox, Armada, who are less successful than Mango, but have been as good if not better for a longer period of time. But
that's not my point is comparing gods. What I'm saying is that if you want to be as successful as Mango is with having his personality in an esport, you've got to be as good as Mango.
Oh yeah. No,
You can't just be a
can't
Mango
just be-
person
yeah.
and then like go to a place and like, all right, give me my free money now.
Well, actually, no, Alfarad isn't like. I
Toph
was
and
gonna say
Star
Alfarad,
like
but-
worked for years to get to where they are now, and
Oh, of
they're
course.
just now seeing the success that they're seeing. Like, it's taken them so long to get this point, and they're very respectful. I have a lot of appreciation for them. I'm not saying I have a problem with their commentary on just a skill basis. I think it's not as good as it should be in certain regards, but that doesn't mean I have a problem with them. And I think they're very intelligent in what they do, and Scar is an amazing business person. But they've worked
Right
at it
now,
for
if
years.
Scar ever sees this, right now he's like, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
true. Like, he's a great business person, and Toph is very funny with him. It just works. They're a good duo. It's just they're not super intelligent in their commentary. They know spaces really well. They know fast fallers really well.
I'm really sick, or I was really sick, because I don't think he does this anymore, but whenever Scar would actually commentate, he'd be like, but it's Peach, so whatever.
Yeah,
Or he'd have like explicitly like Peach player hater phrases, and I'd just be like, dude, I'm never watching an event that you are a commentator for ever again. And if I feel that way, I'm pretty sure a lot of people feel the same way.
I mean, I can understand it at that era in Smash because it's like the whole thing behind it was just storylines.
Is it a Braviary?
Yes, it is.
Because it's like, okay, cool, yeah, like one of the top commentators is like, man, even I don't like this shit, this is dumb, whatever, I want the other guy to win. It's like, that's kind of entertaining to some extent, but it's still a persona or a character kind of thing. I get it, but it's time for us to grow up in Melee, I guess is my point. Like, I just think it's time for Melee
Oh,
to
I would
kinda
love
grow
it if
up.
that happened, but okay, so at the risk of insulting our very meager fan base right now,
All none of you.
all none of you, in reality, a lot of Melee players are just really immature, like that's just the reality of it. A lot of us are man children, like a lot of us are still living in like our parents' garage, like, and
Man, we're going to.
grow up is just not really gonna be a thing,
I get that. I'm not saying I don't, and that's fine. I'm just saying, like, if you're serious about Melee and you're not to the level and you don't think you're gonna get to that level and you want to be a part of an esport community, work on your commentary, learn stuff, get yourself out there, start working at it, because I feel like Melee is definitely the biggest FGC game that still needs commentators that.
Well, like, how do you
Do
think
their
like
job.
that process would like go about? Like, if I say I want to be like the next like big Smash commentator, which is like that's like extremely hard to like, cause like that'd be like my goal would be like let me say like top commentary for like a top 8 of like I don't know like Big House or
Oh
something.
no, you can't start out and just be like, no,
Like
I'm-
I'm not gonna say like you need to like immediately start there, but like how would you like be on the rise?
There's a lot of very good videos that are discussing this. Not necessarily in Melee, but in other esports. So like, Thorin has a very good video on it that's discussing this problem. And Thorin is a top analyst who's on an analyst desk, not a commentator, who does stuff for CSGO, for League of Legends, and for Overwatch. He's incredibly intelligent, and he's been at the process for like 20 years or something like that. But essentially what he's saying is like, yeah, there are two sets of commentators that are probably the best in the world at CSGO, without any doubt. And they're the big time. They've been in it for so long that they understand what's going on, but they're constantly looking for new talent that can do the job properly for pools, or for lower level content, or for locals, or for, you know, small regional events. And that's kind of where you're going to start, and then from there people can kind of see your resume. So like I was talking with Andres also, and he's like, yeah, I'm a lead TO for Evo, and there was this one thing where all this lady did was like, she color coordinated everything, and it was amazing. And so I hired her for Evo.
Wait, she did what?
So like she was running brackets and she color coordinated it. And it was just that one thing. It was like she was so. Is it me?
Yeah.
Is it me or is it you?
I have no
Go
idea.
for it one more time.
Like,
And it's just like something as simple as like her being intelligent in her job and showing something unique allowed him to say like, you're really good. I want you to be one of my lead TOs for Evo. And she was, and she did an amazing job.
like my thing is like say like you want like someone not like to replace like say Top and Scar, but like as like
Top
I
and
like
Scar.
kind of like a side major that they're not at. Like you're trying to be like the guy who's just like, oh, when Scar's over right here, I'm gonna be like the intelligent guy to do that. Like how would like me as like a local guy do that when like my like say like my region is just like a region that like the stream is not that popular. Like we get like 3 viewers, but like I have like great commentary. Like I know like stuff floaties do, Spaceys, like even like niche characters like Mario or something. Like I have like knowledge on that. Like how would like aside from like going to events, like how would I like get noticed? And, like,
You would
find
have
out
to go to events. So you have no choice.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
one of the things. Like, I think the hardest thing to say about that is like, you have to understand that it's going to be a process, and you have to be willing to do stuff that isn't commentary to do commentary. So like, even going to events and being like, I'll run a bracket for you guys, that can lead you to a commentary position. Or doing something like, I'm just going to run audio stuff for you guys, that can lead.
By
to a
the way,
commentary
this isn't
position.
always in like the people you're running these brackets for. It's not always in their mind that you're going to be doing commentary for them or anything. Even if you tell them that you want to, you
Oh,
know,
of course
it's
not.
essentially like you have to create these bonds. They're not just going to put you on if like they think you're just a boring person, you know.
There's
Like
also,
you have to create these relations.
of course, there's also commentators who have gotten their positions by literally just like taking pre-done footage or live footage and doing commentaries at their home and then uploading on YouTube and posting it on Smash boards or, you know,
Oh, sick.
CSGO boards and stuff like that. And like people see that and are like, wow, I really enjoyed that guy's commentary. That guy's commentary was awesome. I'd love to see him do more stuff. And then you build that fan base there, and then next thing you know, you're a commodity. And you go to that tournament, you're like, hey man, I'll help you with brackets, but if there's a spot for commentary, I would love to do pools.
Yeah, exactly. We have a local here that did that, and now he's commentating for CEO for events that he can go to.
Yeah, Jane.
Yeah, he's been, I think, a commentator for Evo before. You know what? You just gotta go to the event. You gotta go in and volunteer if you really want to, and you get it free anyways. And you just tell them, hey, I want to commentate. Will you let me commentate? Do I need to give you anything? Any documents, videos of me commentating, examples? What do I have to do? You know, and that's part of being a volunteer. They probably will tell you, oh, just dress nicely, but that's for top 8 usually, and that's it. And they'll just let you do it. Give them your Twitter handle, give them your everything.
It's all about putting in the work. Like,
And it's all about being the media man. Think of it. If you're going to be a commentator, you're actually going to want to have a Twitter. You're going to have to be an entertainer in one way or another, whether it's outside or inside of the game. And that's how you really do it. You just put yourself out there as much as possible. Sometimes it hits, sometimes it doesn't. That's how everything is, even with a career, you know?
I really wanted that nair. It was worth it. Something I actually want to talk about because this actually started making me remember about it. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm doing this right now, but I'm not remembering what it was. You guys go ahead and keep talking about your thing, and I'll bring this up later.
Well, I mean, is there anything else that you guys want to say on commentary?
Everything is hard in Melee, no matter what it is. Getting better or commentating, and if you have a passion for one or the other, just do it.
I mean, everything is hard in esports in general. Like, if you want to get a job in something that is fun like that, like, you're not going to have an easy time.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure, because
plus,
a lot of people want that, you know?
If you're doing this as a hobby,
It's competitive.
if you're doing this as a hobby and you happen to be caught into it as a more career kind of thing, as some people get, perfect for you. Great. It's literally awesome. You know?
Yeah, I'm not good at this game, I know.
I'm sorry.
Don't worry, I'm pretty lit. It's fine.
I also don't have my stick here, so, like, whatever. No,
Did you make the stick?
I haven't made it yet. I'm actually in the process. I've already made CNC stuff for the faceplate of it. I just gotta work on it. It's one of those things where, like, over time. I've been so strapped for cash recently, though.
That character is worth sheep.
Here's what?
Worth sheep.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Mario?
So do you guys have anything else you want to say about the commentary subject?
No, I think I've pretty much raged about it, and today I haven't even raged a little bit about it, so I'm
I mean,
done.
obviously
Are
I
you
was
the rage
heated,
man?
so... obviously
Man,
I was a little heated, but...
I'm just really angry myself about commentating. I think it's no excuse. And I think that allowing yourself to... It's trying to explain for the people is just trying to give an excuse for the people, and I just can't do that. Like, I don't know where the thought process comes from, and I don't know why they do it if the whole of the game is, you know, that. Like, those characters are not banned. You're not gonna not want to know about them.
It's true.
It's just, that's it. That's
Like,
all I have.
one more commentary where someone plays Roy and they have no idea what Roy does. Like they don't know that down tilt pops up like it does. It's like, all right, cool, good job.
Like,
What's-
you know,
what's
like, I
that
don't want to
do?
hear that in commentary, or I don't want to hear, oh, but you know, it's Roy, so he's gonna lose anyways. Like, I don't want to hear that, even if it's super true. Which even then, you know, like, I don't want to hear it. I want to hear I want to hear a play by play, blah 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 blah.
I'm gonna get punished for this.
And I want to hear some just really funny, some really like insightful everything. Those three are things. I think those are the three most important elements in entertainment, in commentary. Like, be a little bit funny, be a little bit, you know, intuitive, insightful, and also, you know, try to do a little bit of play-by-play. Like, oh, you saw what happened there? Oh my God, it's amazing.
I feel like one without the other is... I mean, I feel like you can have two color commentators and still have a good time, and it makes sense and it's fun. But you miss a lot. I feel like you can't necessarily have one without the other. Because an analyst without a color commentator is just boring. And a color commentator without an analyst is just mindless. So I feel like you need both hand in hand. And that's another thing. You were talking about which ways to get commentary. It's like, find a partner you chemistry with and just start doing stuff. And if people like you two, like, bantering back and forth, then they're going to watch you.
If there's a stream at FIU, if there's anything like that, just start commentating on there. Make sure that people, like, push them to have the equipment, of course.
I just remembered what my thing was
All
earlier.
right, let's move on to that.
Do you think that Smash is an FGC game?
Yes, absolutely.
I disagree.
Okay.
So I
Define
think
that.
okay. So
Okay, I mean, like,
I'll
when you
make a
just like
comment.
hop from like commentary to professional, it's like, and that's like an entire like whole thing that we have to like devote an entire episode to.
Honestly, it really is.
you think so?
Yes,
Really?
that is like
Alright.
it's one of like the big
Previews for next time.
Previews
Smash
for next
FGC.
time.
That is, I have like so like a million things on this thing.
Yeah,
but like
seriously.
in the end of the day, it's like
honestly,
the
I have-
nichest thing isn't this other niche, hella big niche thing. Like, who cares? Sometimes, like, God.
Well, I think the most important conversation, just to kind of give a
It's
hint
not-
of what
it's-
we're going in, is like
my thing isn't like niche details. It's literally just, you know, how Smash acts when given like, you know, other Smash, like other fighting games.
But like, the thing is, like, this isn't like
we're gonna have a whole
com-
episode
Well,
about
this is
this.
a whole thing,
FGC
guys.
not
This is
even
next
like a
time. This is
concrete,
next
like,
time. Morgan, please, Morgan. The people can't hear about this
that
today.
no one can like look up and be like, "What's an FGC?" That doesn't exist.
Morgan, this
Let
is
me
this is
hold
next
on,
one.
Stop,
This is next
stop. Answer one question for me. Is Smash Brothers an esport?
Yes.
That's all that matters.
Okay.
We'll talk about it next time.
Let me make one comment.
Okay.
Guys, we're just gonna do next episode right now on
It's
this episode.
probably gonna even be the title. You want it to be an FGC so bad, why is it suddenly not?
I never. What?
All right, I can dig
Smash
that.
Brothers,
I can dig
Smash
that
Brothers
point.
as a whole, a lot of people were like, yeah, of course it's a fighting game, duh. And now it's like, no, we're not a fighting game.
All right, we're gonna talk about this next
Anyway.
time. This is
Next
gonna open a
time.
whole can of
Next
fucking
time.
worms. So let's finish this with, since we talked about it last time, we didn't have a chance to. We're gonna discuss our top 10s.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So I think the top 6 are pretty set in place. I think we'll probably all agree on them, and then from there, 7, 8, 9, and 10 are the interesting ones. Because Armada's number 1. That's undeniable.
Yeah.
Zelda's
Hungry
number
Box is
10.
number 2. Undeniable.
I don't think we're talking about characters. Really.
That's the joke as Flight.
All right.
I
Anyway,
don't
so
believe you.
Armada, Hungry Box, those are top 2 in that order, no problem. Next we have Mewtwo King, who's in placing probably slightly better than Leffen right now. And that's the only reason he's 3rd instead of 4th. And then Leffen would be 4th. Are we all in agreement so far?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. 5th is gonna be Mango.
Okay.
Everyone agree with that?
5th, Mango. Yeah.
I see.
I haven't thought about that much.
Above Leffen, yeah.
I thought you put like Mango higher up, but like I'd say Mango over left.
Because it's just that Leffen, in so far as like he's just placing more consistently.
He's placing more consistently, but like that's like the one area. Like I feel like Mango's also been placing well also, but like that's where like head-to-head comparison, like them against
Well,
each other.
I think then we could say like 4 and 5 are interchangeable. So
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Mango, Leffen
Mango
are kind of in their own thing. Is everyone cool with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like in
They're
any given
like
day,
not
one of them
here.
can kind of be their own
Yeah.
thing. And then 6 would probably be Plup,
Yeah.
That's a club.
because Plup is probably the best player in the world who just hasn't picked up the right character or had enough time on Fox yet.
I mean, he has all the characters.
Dude, you know, he just
He's
has
got the best
to. He
second
just has
place.
to devote a little bit more time on that Luigi, dude.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Imagine,
Picks up Luigi for a
imagine, like
weekend.
that's how he beats Armada. He just picks Luigi.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Picks
God.
up Luigi for a weekend. Best Luigi in the
Luigi.
world.
Not fair.
Hasn't played Samus in over a year.
It's
Best
not
Samus in the
fair.
world still.
Well, you know, he's probably gonna work up to it, in my opinion. Because, like,
You never
think
know.
about it. When he became the best Samus in the world, he just kind of went to Sheik. Now he's just gonna be the best Sheik in the world, and he's gonna just go to Fox.
I think that's an interesting conversation real quick to talk
See, that's
about.
a
Like,
really
Oh
hard
my
one, though.
god, what an insane guy. He just counterpicks Fox into one of the top boxes. I won. Let me pick first off Fox.
right? It's so fucking gross. But would you say that Plup has the best Sheik? I do. Personally, I think he has the best Sheik. But I want to hear you guys' opinions on this.
Does he have the best Sheik?
I mean, it's definitely not.
I feel like he has the best Sheik for certain matchups.
Okay.
I think it's really debatable.
And
Let's-
I think
let's-
it's
let's go down the
definitely
line for this a
best
little bit.
Sheik versus characters like Falcon, just like Sheik. Club just sounds like anything.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
It's probably like the best Sheik against Jigglypuff.
What was this kid? Oh,
I can feel that.
And I like that's probably it because like it's probably not as great as in like Mewtwo King Sheik and it's like Mark or like in the Sheik Ditto also.
Yeah, I'll give him that.
I mean, because
So like
like
Sheik
it's
Ditto like with no chain grab.
because I mean like it's either Mewtwo King or it's Plup. It's
Yeah.
you got one or the other. You don't
What do
get
you
both.
mean? My boy Shroomed. He's making his comeback this year.
promise. That's not
Ignore Swedish.
Who's Swedish?
As far as putting together like that whole thing and making a whole out of it, I think Club is the best Sheik.
Also, you said 7, 8, 9, but isn't it really just 8, 9, 10? Or
Oh
Well,
wait,
I know,
how
that's
is
like the big
how is because she was easily 7th is what you're saying?
That's
no,
safe.
I'm saying SFAT.
Oh,
feel like SFAT.
we had this conversation last week, remember? And you actually
No,
put
yeah,
SFAT as
Yeah,
9th.
yeah, I know.
You take it back.
I take it back.
I adore Esfet so much.
Thank God that episode
He
didn't come
is-
out.
He is like alright, he's inconsistent, but like he's not like I made like this inconsistent like oh I only plays top 32. He's like he's the slight inconsistent where he like gets slightly worse than people would like him to have. So like
I sat down. Yeah, I sat down with Esfet at CEO Dreamland with
Made friends.
a friend of ours.
Right now,
Plays-
SFAT's watching. He's like,
Plays Jigglypuff, and we just sat down with him, and you know he had a lot of
SFAT plays
practice.
Jigglypuff? I didn't know
his
that.
friend.
No, the friend.
SFAT.
Well, apparently we didn't know that Chew
Come on,
plays
Pete.
Jigglypuff
God, maybe
either, so-
learn some stuff, Juliano.
Sometimes
Oh.
you are so. I'm going to kick you as soon as we walk out of the room. But anyways, yeah. So Hoampi is local here, and we just sat down with Esfat. He was about to fight against Hungry Box on stream. He won. And you know we dropped knowledge. More so the the friend Hoampi, but like it was such a nice thing to see, especially like Hungry Box get beaten.
Oh, Pompey told me that you took all the credit for the Sonic shoes. And that he was also a part of it.
All right. He's the one that grabbed it for me because it was free.
That's
if
it.
you like follow them on Instagram. But like I said, yeah, I want to give it to him.
Guys, just so you know what we're talking about, let me see if I can just
That's
pull
not-
it up.
that's not
That's not
yours.
the one. Let me see if I
That
can.
was actually entirely mine.
So while he's doing this, it's fine. We
I
decided
wanna pull
Plup
this
is
out.
6th, right? Everyone's cool with 6th
All
and
right,
Plup.
you guys see this?
Yeah.
The Sonic shoes? Yeah. All right.
Those are
So he comes back from CEO Dreamland and tells me, "I got you this." Right? Takes full credit, and then like I don't know, like a week later, Kwampi comes up to me, our Puff friend, and he's like, "Yeah, I got you this actually. I'm the one who set up the Instagram
God, I
thing."
said I explicitly went, yo,
Took all the credit.
get me this button so I
Who
can give it a
actually
Jose.
takes the credit
It's
for
fucking
that?
Sonic shoes. Let's move on. It doesn't
Sonic
matter.
shoes are awesome.
So 7th, 8th, and 9th are the ones that are comparable. Because in those categories we have Chew, Wizzy, and SFAT. Those are the next 3.
That's Fat first, maybe.
That's my opinion as well.
And then Wizzy.
I have Wizzy as 9th.
Okay.
I have Chew as 8th. That's my personal opinion. I say SFAT,
That's
Chew,
still
Wizzy.
fine.
Yeah.
Those are really, really up for debate. Like,
I mean, I just think that SFAT on a good day can probably beat the other 2, and can also probably beat a God. Whereas Chew can beat Mango, and on a good day beat Mewtwo King.
why are you guys gonna say-
You like to. Yeah, I
You're
guess.
the best stage in the game. What do you mean? Do you not listen? Do you not hear the music?
Anyways, so that's just my opinion on SFAT
Okay.
and those. And I think that Wizrobe has a lot of learning still to do. I feel like he still has a lot of
Vertical
time.
dash dancing was a great lesson.
He's great. Like, he's really good at what he does, but he needs to hit a point where he's going to be able to Super Saiyan, because he can't do that.
Dude, the problem is that he plays Falcon.
He's the only
Unviable.
Falcon in the entire world that can't Super Saiyan. He's the only Falcon in the world that can't Super Saiyan.
And notice how he's the best
Bravo.
one.
I think
Well,
he's the
it's-
best player who's a Falcon player. I don't think he's the best Falcon.
I definitely think he's the best Falcon. That's not even a question to me. Like, he has a Falco problem. That's about it. In my opinion, Falco is
Falco
Falco.
Brawl his worst matchup.
I think that's Falcon's
No,
worst
no, no,
matchup.
no.
But he also has, like, I think he also just has that issue. He lost to Pork Chops, dude. Like, they don't, it's not like they play every week or something. He just straight up lost to Pork Chops. You know, and like, but in terms of like, okay, so I think he deals with most of these matchups the best. Specifically Fox. I don't think any Falcon plays Fox better than the Wizzy. Wizzy does like these tech chases that are, oh no, that are just
That's
insane.
Oh no, his Fox play is amazing. His Fox counterplay is amazing on Falcon.
200 die, thank you.
He's also really solid against Sheik. Honestly, I also think he's, okay, so I want to say he's the best against Sheik, but like Nun just,
That's
just
the
coming
thing, is,
out
like,
there like,
I
yo,
almost feel
MTK,
like Nun's a better Falcon.
step away.
I almost feel like Nun's a better Falcon. Like, I feel like Wizrobe is by far and away a better player, but I feel like Nun's a better Falcon.
I have to disagree. Nun's a bit of a bit of a nut. He's a nut. He's a daywalker.
He is
So is
bad,
S-
he's a
so is
daywalker. He-
S2J, and I think they're both amazing Falcons. Like, they just have moments where
They
you're like,
are amazing, but
but
like
their problem is being bad players. I think they're better at just pure Falcon
but
stuff.
like what's pure Falcon stuff? Because like I don't think either of them can hack dash like Wizzy. I don't think either of them can
Those are
like
player-
tech
that's a
chase like
player
Wizzy.
thing.
That's a
That's
character
really
thing.
not. That's a character thing.
I mean,
Hacks-
it involves it, but
tech
like,
chasing is also
But
like
where
a character
he's wrong
thing.
is that it's a multiple character thing.
It is a multiple character thing, but like, oh my god, what just happened?
like I would say like, because Wizzy doesn't necessarily have like.
but like it's highlighted on Falcon.
I mean, it's not really highlighted on Falcon. Like
It definitely
if-
is.
if you
It's
wanna talk
named
about
hacks dashing because the
highlighted-
player
No,
who made
no.
the tech played
Yeah,
Falcon.
Sure, that's possible. But like, if you want to talk about highlighted,
It's definitely not possible. That
like for
is-
example, like Marth has a very, very hard one. That's the highlight there, and then on
how's that a highlight? The name is hacks dashing.
I mean,
Anyways,
of
this
course,
isn't my
creator.
point. What I'm trying to say is like,
That's the creator.
I think that Wizzy has the same kind of
exactly.
general
The-
problem
where
that
where
like.
the tech came from, where you like saw it most, was on a
Excuse me,
Falcon.
the host is speaking.
I'm sorry.
What I'd like to say is
I don't
that
like you, host.
I feel I don't care. I think the point I'm trying to make is that like Wizzy almost has the same problems that as PPMD does, where it's like occasionally he'll just kind of not be able to combo something to something. Like he's really consistent with certain things, like things that are confirms he for sure has it. But like when it comes to reading DIs and reading stuff like that and be able to combo afterwards, like S2J and Nun are just insane at it. Like they're
Isn't
just
that more of a player thing at that point?
no, I don't necessarily think so. Like
Reading DIs and such, I feel like that's a player thing. Because
Maybe?
they're not using the character strength as much as they are their own strength.
Yeah, but they're using the character strength to be able to combo like they are. Like,
But
they
I
just
feel
know
like
every hit.
reaction tech chasing, for example, that's a character strength because Falcon's the one who's doing it.
I mean, like, every
You like
character
obviously
can
his reactions, but like it's not possible without the character being that fast.
I didn't want to do that.
But
But like
We're,
you
like,
can do the
reading-
same thing with like every space feat. You can do it with Marth. You can do it with Sheik. You can do it with a bunch of characters. Like yeah, it's possible on Falcon because he's fast, but like that doesn't mean it's only possible on Falcon.
yeah, that's why I don't like that. Like, I think it's not. It might be a character strength, but by no means does it make it a character thing. Like, character strengths are.
But that's what we're talking about
Like
here. Who's able to
multi-strat.
capitalize most off their character, like their character's ability? And I feel like that's essentially what the 20GX movement is,
It's very
pushing
50-50.
Falcon. Where like when like you read somebody that's S2J out there, that's not Falcon out there. Falcon's not doing it.
But his read leads to him being able to understand every hit and
Like,
be able
he
to
knows-
combo off of it properly. He knows the combo hits.
He knows what he can do, but I mean, let's be real here. Like, it's not too hard to understand. Like, I can dare, and then I can up air 6 times, and then knee. Oof.
He's just.
I
just think
fucking.
he's better
the
at it.
thing-
Like I feel like Wizzy drops confirm sometimes, and I don't think.
My thing is like, if like say Wizzy's like playing Sheik, he would like reaction tech chase.
Oh wait,
they
actually
still.
this
That's
no,
the thing.
actually
Well, like,
his other characters are little trash.
okay, no, but
like-
like I'm saying like if he played it with like the same proficiency.
This is actually something about Wizzy. In any game that he plays, it was in Project M, in Smash 4, in 64, and in Melee. He only plays one character in friendlies, in bracket, in his sleep. It is one character. It is the character he mains. And in this case, it was Falcon. That's all he plays.
But like I'm
He
saying,
actually has footage of his first time playing Fox in Melee, and it's awful.
He's
It's
played a lot of Fox
super
recently.
ugly recently. But like
a lot of Fox.
But he has footage of the first time he played Fox, like maybe a month ago. It was not a month ago. Like
You mean like 6 or 8 months ago?
yeah, a while ago now.
Because like he's getting to the point now where he can touch butts on Fox.
Okay, right.
He's good on Fox.
Okay, right. But like, what I'm saying is that's just something that doesn't happen with everyone else, though. You know how long was he been playing this game? A long time.
No, I agree.
And
with you.
he's only played Falcon until recently.
I think it just once again comes down to like you don't see the explosiveness that you see from Wizzy on, or sorry, the other way around. You see the explosiveness from like Nun or SFAD or not SFAD, S2J or even Guts.
But I don't think
Like, they're very
explosive.
that's the thing I was like
I don't
trying
think
to get to.
explosiveness is necessarily like what Falcon is. I mean, clearly it's not because they're not getting the same results.
Well, but like the thing I was trying to get to was if, like, say Wizzy played the Sheik with the same proficiency that he was playing Falcon with, like he'd still be able to get like the reaction check chases. But like you don't see Sheiks do things like Falcon does, where he just hits like entire zero to dose, like SGJ and None do. Like that's
That's
kind
the
of like a
thing.
character thing.
Exactly.
That's like that's
Exactly.
what I think Drew's trying to say. Like,
that, like-
things like check chasing was like that's like a lot of characters can do that. It's probably more highlighted on Falcon and stuff like his wave dashing, like optimal like lengths that they go. Like I feel like the 20X is not like optimizing Falcon, it's just optimizing all the tools he has and like applying them into neutral.
I
and then
swear that's what
optimize-
optimizing Falcon means.
Okay, but like you can optimize Sheik in the same way by like watching the.
I mean, you can
20GX.
optimize any character, but watching what 20GX already has.
Yes, like by watching that, you can get better with like your other characters.
What we're both trying to say is essentially that. So if you look at SUJ and None, they will just in an instant on one straight hit end a stock. Wizzy plays this slow methodical style that works for a bunch of different characters, whereas SUJ and None are just like using like Falcon to the maximum whenever they get that hit.
Okay,
They
so-
can just end someone.
So like, Mewtwo whole playstyle as Marth is I'm going to get this punish, and then I'm going to take it as far as possible. He has gone on record saying that. I feel like, in the same way that you're saying like any other character can touch it, any other character can take their punishes as far as possible. And it's not like in the 20GX videos, they're like highlighting like, all right, after this, you can do this, and then this, and then this. Like, it's like you're saying, like, it's essentially like looking at his tools and being like how you can use this to its fullest effect. And like, on 20GX, they talk about like jump arcs and other such nonsense. And they're essentially. Wait, didn't we just play?
Yeah, but like no one jumped in.
Whatever. So they talk about like jump arcs and like how you can improve as Falcon. It may apply to other characters, but like it won't affect them as much as it will Falcon. Like for example, these pivots, that does not affect most characters like it does Falcon.
You got me
yeah,
there, but that's not my fucking point.
Not everyone, son.
It's still not the point we're trying to make. Like,
Marth is an essential pivoting character, actually.
Pivot forward smash, bro.
No.
Alright, but like
Oh,
pivot
jab
jab,
as well.
pivot grab, or
Like-
like spaces.
if you look at what Rizro plays, how he plays, I could see him being a better Sheik or Marth than I can a Falcon. I think he knows Falcon really well because it's all he plays. But I feel like if he had played either of those characters, it fits his playstyle so much more, and he would easily be the best Sheik in the world. There'd be no, like, he's better at what Mewtwo King does than what Mewtwo King does. Mewtwo King is just much better at reading the situation. Wizzy has that problem where you can't necessarily read the situation properly, whereas Mewtwo King's like, oh no, this, and this, and that's a punish. So, like, that's the trade-off, but I feel like Wizrobe would probably have the best Sheik in the world, because it fits his playstyle. It's about this calculated, slow, like, I'm going to put this here because this is where this needs to be, and I'm going to move to make that happen. Whereas if you look at, like I keep on saying, SJ, Guts, and None, like, these are Falcons that, yeah, they're not getting the results, but when they go off,
I feel like you mean
it's
Gatsu,
like,
but you're saying Guts.
It is that. That's exactly what that means.
No, I know, but like he's
it's
saying
Gatsu.
Guts and like
Whatever, is Gatsu. It doesn't matter. The fucking third nobody cares about Falcon in the world.
oh,
like,
that's nice.
Like,
He's from Florida, you know.
is he actually? Fuck me. No, I'm sure he's a wonderful person. Like, there's him and Captor Smuckers who are both really good Falcons, so whatever. But my point is like, SJ and None, like, when they come to a tournament and they hit that Hawk streak, it's like a Mango level bullshit. It's like, no, I'm taking 4 stocks from you right now. I'm hitting this and you're gonna die. Whereas Wizrobe is like, okay, I hit you with a knee, what are you gonna do about it?
You know, Wizrobe definitely plays the neutral a lot more.
Oh, yeah.
I actually do agree.
Like,
I think I
he's
agree
great
with
at
them
neutral.
too. Like it's just a lot more neutral based, and the punishes they get really good. Don't get me wrong, but they don't get. They do get optimal. That's the only other part. I think he only looks at the optimal ones and not the possibilities because he just expects everyone else to be so perfect as well. I think that's the problem.
I think that's a good world to live in at the level that he's at.
I think that's not a good world to live in with someone that's still not on top 5 though.
I mean, considering that,
I think it's a good thing to do against a top 5 player and higher. Yeah.
it's the reason
I
why
would
Wizrobe
agree,
never
but,
beats
like-
Mango. It's
Huh?
because he expects Mango to do.
Wait, what? Say that again?
Wizrobe doesn't beat Mango.
No, that's not why.
Well, that's
It's
one of the
literally
reasons why.
it's literally because he plays Falco. 100% of the reason. Dude,
Well, have
he
you seen him?
demolishes his other characters.
Fox?
He demolishes that Fox. That Fox has no chance against Wizzy. But he goes Falco and like that just annihilates Wizzy because he has a Falco problem, dude. And also that's just a really bad matchup. Like you want to talk about Fox Falcon being a bad matchup? At least Falcon's allowed to like play his game. Against Falco, he just. I mean, I gotta play by your tempo. I guess.
It doesn't matter. Like, the point that I'm trying to say here is that if you look at someone like Mango who's able to be top 5 in the world, and he is not someone who plays optimally or perfectly, there's still room to look for those non-optimal things and to make use of them. Because that's what SJ and None do. They like, oh, you know, maybe if they mess up this one DI, I can get like 3 more knees in this combo. And they do it, and they get 3 more knees in the combo, and the stock's over. Wizrobe's the kind of person like, I'm going to get this knee, then I'm going to go for the ground, and then see where they're going to go, and then fuck them up there. Yeah, it's the better way to play, I think, and that's why he's getting better results, but it's not utilizing what Falcon can kind of do.
And don't get me wrong either. No one here
I
is
feel
very
like it's
qualified.
reinventing.
Hold on. No one here is like actually qualified to criticize Wizrobe and what he's doing. It's obviously working.
Oh, he's an incredible player.
It's just
I called him number 9 in the world. Like,
exactly.
Nah, you said he's garbage. Man.
Sometimes it's just really
Say he's the worst. Said he's worse than Chew. That fraud. Said he's worse than Mango. Mango's washed up, man.
Thinking about those things that we're talking about.
he's like on level with ESAM.
Thinking about those things that we're talking about. You know, that's actually something Wizrobe does a lot.
Oh, hey, look at that. You don't have to worry about that anymore.
What?
The ESAM thing. Remember last week?
Why? What happened? I'm gonna bring it back up. It doesn't matter.
Somebody talked crap about ESAM.
Yeah, that's not happening. So, what were you gonna say about Wizrobe?
He probably does that a lot. He analyzes things himself. He's very analytical and very precise. That's
very
obviously what
intelligent
he's
player.
playing as. But like, don't get me wrong. Again, we don't have any credibility to really do anything or say anything about his play. We are all here unqualified. It's the only
I'm
other
the most
part is.
qualified player in the world. See me in fake games.
Anyways, the other part is like. Really, there's nothing besides us thinking how would we play if we knew how to play like that? You know.
Absolutely.
So the biggest guess that I have, besides the thing I said about him playing neutral a lot more and having optimal punishes, he's kind of like a person. He's kind of like a top player in his head, though. Because think about it, Armada. He found something recently for Peach, which is an edge guard that's hard. I did it earlier. It was great.
Nah, he frauded me out. I swear. He
And
didn't do it.
it was. Did I say it was on you? And it was on you. So thanks for telling us
He
that.
fraud. I mean, am I ashamed?
Anyways, seriously speaking, though, you know, these are just things people. These are just such big things top players do. Like they don't push their characters; they already have it pushed, and it's really hard for you to teach an old dog new tricks. You can teach an old dog new tricks, but it's so difficult. You know, you can.
Oh, you gotta beat them down until they say that.
It's
All right,
like,
Dad.
Armada, I found a frame 1 thing that comes out in frame 1, and oh my god, it's on Peach. He's still gonna be like, how do I do it? And he's gonna be learning it for at least, what, 3 months until he starts practicing it in the tournament, and then he's not even gonna do it against the top players. You know, it's something so big.
I'll multi-shine until I hit you once. That's the one thing I got on Falco. I can multi-shine forever.
You know, actually, on that, Mango went on at the big house. He was on commentary, and he was like, "I'll quit melee before I learn how to shield drop." And Scar was like right next to him and like agreeing too.
And he
You know,
learned how
because
to
like,
shield drop.
yeah, no, it's shield drop and monster.
Yep.
Because like you gotta adapt with the times, but like I'm sure it like didn't come instantly because I'm sure he didn't want to practice.
Too bad that's actually not a character-specific thing either. I
of
was
course
just
it's not.
talking
That's
about
Shield drop's amazing for every character.
Yeah, that's.
Anyways, let's get off the major discussion of fucking Wizrobe and where he, because so does everyone think that SFAT Chu Wizrobe or SFAT
probably is that.
Wizrobe Chu is cool?
Yeah.
You with that?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So now who's number 10?
Axe.
That's a really solid pick, and I'd probably agree with that.
Well, it's not my pick. It's Music King's pick, and I was just like, wow.
Yeah,
that's
Music
right.
King's
I mean, Axe is an incredible player.
X is
No,
great.
he's super good.
But
Like, that he can do the shit that he can do with Discount Fox is like amazing.
how do I say this? There's just one more player that's debatable on that.
Go ahead.
I kind of want to say Swedish, but it's probably not. Really.
Okay,
not.
so like the sad thing about Swedish is that he never stands out.
Yeah.
But like, cause he beats who he beats and then loses to who he loses to. I swear there's no like big upsets like concerning Swedish. He's never in the spotlight, you know?
Music like so recently, not this year, but like he's done it.
That's why it's like it's really hard to say. 'Cause
I mean,
yeah.
even if he did, right? Like, look at how you can't really recall. You're just like, I swear it
I
happened.
mean, I think that's okay. You don't necessarily have to be the most.
No, of course you don't. But what I'm saying is like,
Yeah.
you know, like he just never sticks out in my mind, you know? Like when I think
say
about
two
him.
players, but like there's so many players that can go for
this is the
top.
hard
The most
is,
relevant
like,
match
the
he's had
10th
this
is,
year
like-
It's already
is
getting into that area.
it's
not
Plup and
necessarily-
him.
Yeah, you're right. And he played Luigi.
And he
Fluff
played Luigi.
I mean, the thing about Swedish is like he's in that shroom level where it's like, yeah, they're good players. It's just okay. Like
Pretty much.
I just really don't ever see them. I mean, like even Swedish, as good as he is, I don't ever see him being like actually top 10.
Okay.
That's just my opinion. Like I think Axe is better than Swedish.
Hey, that's a big thing too, because it's like I haven't really thought about this.
Well, because yeah, like you think of the top 9, like those are all pretty standard. It's like, all right, these are these sections, these are the good people, and then like, who's 10th?
Yeah, right.
Who's that 10th person? It's like, fuck,
It's
man.
it's actually the guy who beat Armada this year, Lordy.
Oh my god.
What
It's
happened?
Chandy who beat up Tafokins.
He deserved it.
What do you guys think about West Balls?
Oh wait, this has to be
He has
on
to
this
be in his
video.
own tier.
Hold on, I'm sorry.
He has to be number 11 in our top 10. That has to happen.
He's honorable mention, top 10.
Yes.
This actually has to happen.
He'll
I
be
have to say this
10.1.
because you mentioned Tafo. Tafo, what are you doing? What are you doing, Tafo? Mango's getting
Gotta
beaten
be,
by
man.
Duck, and you're just commentating. Your boy needs your help. Tell him what character to pick.
Oh my god, poor Tafo.
He wouldn't
I can
let
tell him what
anyway.
character to pick.
He did, but like it was 3-2,
fuck
Yeah,
dude.
whatever. He knows he doesn't have to coach in that situation.
was
He was
close
about
as
to
fuck.
lose,
It was close.
Eh.
and yet he's just talking about how Duck could be doing better. What are they paying you for?
Oh my god, that's so funny.
But I'd probably cave and just say at number 10. Because like I can't like it's more like he's number 10 in like how 2017's been going. How like you beat King and Mango at like Summit, and like hasn't really been like upsetted like yet so far.
Well, I mean, I guess the three people that could probably come to my mind for 10th would be Axe, Westballs, and Android.
Oh, I'm so
I think
good.
Android's also a good
Never
person
mind,
to
I
kind of
lied.
think about because he's had some standout performances recently.
Yeah, but like I'd rather put like SUJ there.
SUJ over Android?
Yes. Like. It's
Okay, so the thing about Android is that like he doesn't really get any results. He's just really solid
he's
and
like
good.
a solid player, but like
No,
I don't think
you're right.
He beat Axe and stuff, but like
Yeah, you're totally right.
in
Like,
terms of placing, like I can't name like a really relevant placing.
he's probably the cleanest Sheik in the world, and he's got really good movement. He's just
Armada's
anything with
brother.
it. He's just Armada's brother. But he's really good. That's
He's
the
a
thing.
really
It's like,
good
It's
player.
like, so it's like SUJ.
Like, he's easily top 20, I think.
Yeah, for sure. In terms of like being a good player, but the results never show that.
Yeah.
He's kind of like Chillin' Dude in the sense that like he's not gonna drown in
Oh my
pools
God.
or anything.
The Chillin' Dude's
But,
like
like-
barely top 50, whatever, man.
Damn.
Yo, you act like that's bad.
Hey,
like
man.
the only reason Chillin'
Look,
has that
my-
negative step,
My left pinky
like
toe
you know,
can 4-0 Chillin' Dude.
yo, I'd like to see that. I'd like to see that.
I mean, I don't think I could beat Chillin' Dude. He's got stuff down that I don't got down, but I don't think in
Yo,
the grand
most
scheme
people
of
can't
things,
beat
it's
Chillin'
like,
Dude. Top 50 ain't a joke, fan.
No, of course not. Like, top
That's a
50 's amazing.
legitimately good
Hey,
player
man,
who
Pork
got
Chops
disgraced.
Beat Wizzy. He's like top 15 and get out of here.
Well, he's number 9 out of our list, so I mean, I think he's top 10. That's pretty good. But yeah, I don't think there's
As of
anyone else
now,
you can really
sir.
think of. Yeah, as of right now. So,
Watch at the end of the year, everyone's like, Wizzy's the worst. They figured out how to play against Falcon.
Oh my
Falcon's
God.
unviable.
It
So-
just-
I actually think, in my opinion, well, this is a whole new can of beans. Let's just go ahead and finish
okay.
this.
So we're gonna say Axe then, right?
Huh?
Axe is 10.
Yeah.
I'll go back.
All right, I think that's all reasonable. So let's go one more time. We got Armada, Hungry Box, Leffen,
God, we've
Leffen
been
and
through this
M2K,
list so many times.
Midget King, Leffen Mango,
Midget King.
Plup, yeah, Midget King, Plup. Then we got SFAT, Chudat, Wizrobe, and then Axe. Just kind of around the list right there. That's our unbiased, uneducated opinion. So,
Is this fierce young deity Link?
But yeah, I mean, we're actually kind of running out of time also. So I think
To be
we're
honest,
probably
I
gonna-
wanted to ask you like 3 times. Have we run out of time?
Oh, we've done this for probably like about 2 hours now.
Oh, really?
No,
Yeah.
it's been 6. It's been 1.
All right, so let's work on plugs real quick. This is gonna be kind of our outro now for the Super Smash Saturday cast. I like that a lot.
Super Smash Saturday Cast.
Before we get the plugs in, just one more time, we are sponsored by Audible now, which is pretty cool. Go to Audible trial. I'll have the link at the bottom. It's either Trial Audible or audibletrial.com/person WCDAT. 30 days free plus 1 free ebook. Check out some great books. They're all read very nicely. If you want to go to like the gym and just listen to some shit, it's great. It's actually really great. You can kind of like, work out and listen to books. I've done that before. It's amazing. Let you get learned while you also get swole.
Julie, don't lie to the poor people.
It's true. I've done it before. You get learned while you get swole. It's great, man.
I think he's calling you fat.
Yeah.
I would be the one talking right now.
Hey, I didn't lie to the people, now did I?
Alright, or he can be unfit
Look
like
at this gun show, my son.
he can just be unfit like me and just listen
Yo,
to
I have
books
tons
in
of
your
muscles.
car.
They're just hiding because they're scared.
Just they're
They're
well
bumping out a
insulated.
little
Anyway,
too
so
much.
one more time. That's trialable.com/person WCDAT. Juliana, do you have anything you want to plug?
Follow me on Twitter and join me in my Discord for the Peach Discord for Melee and not a legal game. Smashchords.com.
All right.
I don't have anything I want to plug. Go ahead and actually follow me at @J_Fist. That's Fist FYST. And guys, please go ahead and do the Audible thing. It lets us keep doing these podcasts and keep bringing you great content.
Great. Morgan?
You can follow your boy at Osmosis124, Twitter.com. Yeah, let him know what's up. You can hear me complain about
He
how
said
much.
like nothing this entire podcast, but like plug them in.
Maybe-
Ooh,
maybe-
I'm in
Maybe
there.
if someone didn't keep interrupting me on every thing I want to say,
Who was
I'd
that?
get more.
So, I mean, if you
Who's
want to... Calm down. So that was at Osmosis124.
See me complain about how Munchkin is a terribly
Oh.
made game.
Oh, that was great.
Follow me. Don't follow this guy. He's kind of a dick.
What?
So, we have a VidMe now. vidme.com/ no, is it just vid.me/personwcdat? We have a Twitter @personwcdat. We got a Patreon person who can do a thing. We got a whole bunch of stuff. I'm gonna put it all in here. It's gonna be great. Follow, add us on those kind of stuff. We need your money because we want to keep on adding this production and make it happen. We all love doing this. This is pretty fun.
Yeah,
we all kind of really enjoy this game, and I'd love to have some more guests on this. I'd love to have some Floridian, really great people on here, and that'd be
I'd
amazing.
really enjoy to insult more people than just these
I would
guys.
love to
It'd be great.
to bring in Green Sam. I mean, Sam.
You're not worth it.
What do you mean I'm not worth it?
Anyways, thank you guys for joining us. We're gonna let this match play out, and then I think we're gonna go.
I can say whatever I want. I'm
You're
Jay
gay.
Fist.
I'm gay.
Gay Fist.
Gay Fist.
That's a
Actually-
pretty good name, actually. I like that name. Gay Fist.
Good.
Oh, actually, do you guys want
It's our team
to?
name.
There's one thing that I thought was kind of cool, like Esam getting like top 5 in doubles. I think was pretty cool.
I wear.
At DreamHack Austin.
Oh, I didn't watch doubles.
It's fucking awesome. Anyways, thank you guys so much. We're gonna end it there. I'll talk about the drama aspect of it first because that's a more interesting topic almost.
See, to be honest, I haven't been like too interested, not too interested, but I haven't been paying too much attention to it. Just only like the technical stuff between like on the Smashbox you get slightly faster running than like on a game controller, and like you've been ignoring the stuff between like Gravy and hacks and stuff.
I mean, yeah, there's like slight things that add